What's good? It's your girl Jasmine back with another video on the channel. Yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Today we got something different that was kind of interesting, and somebody suggested it, and it caught my attention. I usually don't do these type of videos, but I'm interested because what's the conversation? We're talking about men not being interested in modern women. Everybody has a different definition of things these days. So, what is a modern woman to you? Comment down below. Let me know. Let's talk, Beast and Crew. Let's talk. So that being said, before we get in this video, like this video up, comment, get them thumbs ready to comment, talk to me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Beast and Crew, best crew to be a part of. All right. With that being said, I'm very interested. Let's get it.
Unattractive. And so on dating apps, which people will argue that maybe people on dating apps aren't looking for something serious, but that's the number one way people meet. Women only swipe right 5% of the time, up to 20% on the high end in certain studies. So women are all sleeping with the same guys. So for guys that are in that percentage, it's like they just have an abundance of girls throwing themselves at them. And then the women will come back later and say men are trash, but that's who
I think we need to have a speed dating thing, me and you, girl. We need to set up a speed dating or even a courting thing where we show them how to do it properly and give them questions to ask. You know, speed dating, but we provide the questions.
Look at you. You're helping me open wife school, right?
Yes,
we turn modern women into wives.
We need to try. We need to do it. We need to do it.
Yeah, I definitely want to know y'all's definition of modern woman. Like, what is that to you all?
No, they do. I think some do. I think. You know what, right? I think they do.
But
I think they do.
They want to have their fun.
No, but stop it, Alex. Don't say that. Like, you know what?
The majority of women don't want to be
what you're
saved.
saying is right. I'm not saying that is wrong, but why does it always boil down to women?
Give them a chance.
Like, okay, don't say no, because you see what Nathan said. I like you, Nathan, by the way.
I appreciate, girl.
But what made me feel like you're not scared? You're more like scared to be stuck in one because there's so many options out there. Because you keep dipping your cookie into the jars, jars of different sauces.
Thank you.
So,
but here's the reason.
So I think, the reason why you don't want to commit, I feel like the way you explained it to me to one jar is because you're like, because you saw the other jar, you saw the other taste. You're like, it might taste.
Earlier on, you said to me.
Okay, just to respond to what she just said, I get what she's saying. I understand why she said it. But not all men are like that. Maybe a little more than half, maybe. But not all men are like that. And also, there are some women that's like that as well, how she explained. But they blame it on the men. And then some women just expect or assume men to act like that because that's all they ever known was a man to act like that. That's just my opinion.
Many options. That's what you said earlier.
Yeah,
Remember,
too many options. Let me explain it to you. So women divorce men 70 to 80% of the time. I would argue in relationships it's probably similar. Men aren't leaving, women are. So to a guy's point of view, he's going to commit to this girl. And what does he get? He doesn't get purity anymore. You know, these hoes. You know, he doesn't get youth anymore, so he doesn't get either of those things. A lot of times she already has a kid, so he's not fulfilling his mating strategy. On top of that, even if he does find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for, she was going to want him to marry her, right? And what does he get out of that? Oh, she can leave and take half and take my kids. And she's paid to take my kids away from me. She gets more money if she takes my children.
Do y'all think that's one of the reasons why men don't even try to leave? Because they like, it's going to be so much financially, especially if they married, you know what I'm saying? Or even if they're not married. It'd still be, you know, a financial situation if they have a child, you know what I'm saying? But, Yeah, let me know what y'all think just off the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds if y'all agree or disagree.
And so from the men's point of view, they're just kind of like, F it, because like women aren't wives nowadays. And what do they get out of it? Like men are logical. They're logical people. And so they're thinking, does the benefit outweigh the cost? And like, I just think as women, we have to look at ourselves and say, the benefits we bring nowadays don't outweigh the cost for most men.
You know, for the sake of art.
I understand what she's saying too, and if we're talking about today's time, I kind of agree with her only because the social media. You know what I'm saying? Women see so many different things on social media. So do men. And I think sometimes that's why men have that mindset. And women is just like, sometimes some women are just after money from a man. And then they go to that man that they know is going to be open, vulnerable, ready to commit, stuff like that. And then at the end of the day, that person gets played, which is why majority of people act the way they act, because it's like, at the end of the day, somebody's after something. That's just the mindset, which it shouldn't be. But I feel like sometimes that's what social media has perceived and what has done to many women and men.
Argument, and finally it's about my turn to, help the boys out. I'll tell you something. Boys, do you know the best way for you to deal with a modern woman? Be stush. Stush means be a bit more stuck up about yourself.
Every serious athlete, when they wake up, have one thing on their mind: to be better today than they were.
Because actually girls don't like rejection. And the moment you reject one, she wants you more because it's a challenge. At that moment, you've got the power. If you want her, you want to maneuver and check what she's on, and you want to get her in your books.
But okay, but
yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I can't stand when they say a man has a power. I don't want to say I can't stand it, because it's not really that big of a deal. But I would say, like, I feel like a woman has way more power in a relationship than a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of women don't know their worth and know that they can absolutely lead that. If you know your worth, you know that man, if you ever step away, that man will miss you so hard. Because if you know your worth and you doing what you're supposed to do as a woman, you're carrying all the traits that you know a man needs / wants, then you know there's not going to be another person to top you. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing your worth. And I feel like sometimes that's why women forget that they have that much power, and they allow a man to have so much power to make them feel like less than what they're worth, if that makes sense.
Listen to this from the men's point of view. So I have to play a bunch of games with these women in order to get to them to commit to me. Why do it at all?
Because
why is it worth it?
Yeah, no. It's like, what is the benefit to the men? Like, what, genuinely, who in here has a cookbook? Maybe you?
I don't need a cookbook.
What?
I do.
You don't need a cookbook.
But that's what I'm saying.
Are you asking for can cook?
No, my point is, none of us in here can be considered traditional women. And back then, an average guy could get a traditional woman. And now what does he get? He gets a boss bitch, a boss babe, a girl that's been ran through. He gets an ex-hoe. He gets a born-again virgin. Like,
and what do I get?
As women.
Oh, she said, what do I get?
We still get protection and provisioning.
Are you sure?
And
the
average salary.
Looking for.
I mean, okay.
I mean, I like how she's trying to take up for the man. I do, but not every woman is carrying that role of trying to be a boss bitch, a boss babe, a boss queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, not every girl is like that. Not every woman is like that. And again, not every man is a player. Not every man is playing games. You know?
Here's the thing. The average salary could cover an apartment. But the thing is, like, women, we want this lifestyle that's not even realistic nowadays.
That's true.
Like, we want men that make more than we do, and we want them to pay all of the bills. But it's like, we all have our nails done. We have, we get our hair dyed. We have makeup. We have all of this stuff that costs money because we want this lifestyle. And I've had girls come on my show, and I say, would you date an average guy for companionship, but you would have to go down in lifestyle? And they say, no, we're addicted to lifestyle.
I would add, from a male perspective, what I find, and I think that this is why I'm...
What do y'all look for in a, if you're a woman watching this, what do you look for in a man? And if you're a man, what do you look for in a woman? And if you're, and I don't like saying that in a specific way, because you love who you love, you like who you like. And if you a woman, what do you look for in another woman? If you're a man, what do you look for in another man? You feel me? Let me know what you look for in your significant other, like, before you commit and be like, yeah, this is the one. Like, what is it?
Most guys don't bother, and this is, why I for me, it's the biggest kind of consumer of my energy when it comes to dating in this whole game, is that all modern women want my time and attention in it. When I go to a club, there's 10 hot girls who think I'm going to get their number.
She's annoyed, but she's annoyed.
Until they eventually decide to, we can do this or that or whatever. And it's just non-stop, and they all think I have all the time in the world, and that they're all so special and interesting, and that they all deserve the red carpet treatment. And these women do nothing for me. They do absolutely nothing. They can't barely hold a conversation. They can't start a conversation. They got no date ideas. They don't even know how to be feminine. From they're saying they think wearing a tight skirt is feminine. Innit? You can stand around and guys will just throw themselves at you, which is kind of that's why.
Which is what they do, and that's why I said move more.
When is the last time a girl planned a day for you?
Oh my God!
Like planned a whole day. Got you a thought.
Me, cause I don't. You know what I'm saying? What is given is what is reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give me that energy, I got you. Type of ordeal. If I know you gonna go all out for me, you gonna damn sure know I'm gonna go all out for you. Like I said, it's rare, but when you find it, baby, bingo. You know, bingo. But yeah, that especially nowadays, because nowadays, like she said, a lot of women looks at that fairy tale that goes back to social media, what they see on social media, following people that's outside a brackets of living is just like, oh, I want that lifestyle. Not saying that you can't get it, but you gotta work to get it. Of course, it's just not gonna come to you, and it'll be hard for you to get a man who's in that lifestyle bracket, and you're in a totally different one, and you don't give him the energy and stuff that he needs to provide all those things to you to make, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense?
Full gift that had nothing to do with her, nothing she wanted.
I'm glad you asked that question. I don't remember the last time.
I didn't expect him to sound like it.
No, but you're generalizing. But you're generalizing a lot as well.
Even if it was just a hookup that maybe liked you or got feelings or whatever, did any of them like try to compete for you?
Hell no.
Yeah,
because they're all queens. They're all tens.
because it's an ego.
Yeah, I don't
thing,
compete
girls won't
either.
put aside their ego.
Competing.
They're all 10 out of
that's
10s. They're all
facts.
queens. They're all boss bitches.
No, she's got a point. For once, I'll agree with her. She does have a point. Girls, do you know what? Stop being so annoying. If you want to see the guy, ask
She
him,
said
can I
for
see
once,
you? If
she
you're
had
gonna
a
go on a
point.
date with him and you invite him, make sure that you did the invitation. Be polite, have manners, and you're the one that is the host.
She's quiet.
Pattern the thing. Stop always waiting for the guy to make the first move.
I get the impression
But
that
No, that's a whole
no.
different-
You can't turn
whole
around and say
different
that
thing.
the men want
quiet too.
feminine women.
And then you
So
want to be
how
chased
can a
and
woman
be
go
taken
up to
out.
a man and say, "I'm gonna take you out"?
Well,
But what's a feminine woman? You like, what is a feminine woman to you? Y'all let me know that, because everybody has a different definition of things.
I'll say
how?
I think that you're an amazing guy. You are sick. I'm gonna shoot my
You know
shot.
something?
Would you want to go
Stop.
out with me?
No,
please?
You
what
sounded like a man. That sounded like a man.
Nah,
It's the truth.
nah.
That's what you're trying to get at.
What I
These days, they're very masculine these days.
What I says, Auntie. So
She
devil,
said-
devil's advocate. Here. I wouldn't probably approach it like that, but like back in the day, didn't women drop the handkerchief?
So they can pick it.
Eh.
Right. Women drop the handkerchief.
But
What's
that
that mean?
The thing is, right, is that years ago you dropped a handkerchief and the man showed you was interested. You didn't drop your knickers, and that's the difference. Dropping a handkerchief is totally different from dropping your knickers. So you used to walk along in the old days. They used to drop you walk along and you drop a hanky just to see whether or not the man was interested.
Interesting.
But now the women are dropping their knickers to see whether the man's interested.
No, I don't think that's an issue. They're not dropping their knickers because like a third of men are virgins.
But they're dropping their knickers more than we drop hankies.
No, my. As many of you know,
All right. Well, that was interesting. So I hope you all enjoy this video, even though it's different. Hope you all still support it and watch it. If so, I appreciate you more than you know. Hopefully you would comment and talk to me down below of your thoughts of this video and this topic in general. Comment, like this video up, subscribe to the channel, push the notification bell, share this video. That being said, see you guys next video.